So here we are. Been up all morning long. We're getting ready to get these ribs ready. I've been up since the ass crack of dawn because that's what I do. But you got to get these things prepped. So I've got my rack of St. Louis style ribs here. And what we're doing is we're going to take the silver skin off. That's on the inside of the rack, or what would be the inside of the rib cage. And it's just a connective membrane, but we take it off because first of all, it's got no flavor, and it is very thick and tough and chewy, and the smoke can't get through, and when you put your rub on it, the rub can't get through to flavor the meat, so it's worthless. We take it off. And unfortunately, you know, sometimes they peel right off, sometimes you have to wrestle with them. So, the first part of this, I had to kind of pull and cut and pull and cut. Sometimes you'll have to do that. Sometimes they'll peel right off. So here we go. Let's see the last part of this. Just that simple. It just peels right off. And then this is, this is trash. Throw it away. So if you give me a second, I'm going to wipe this off, and then what we'll do is, now that we've got the little tiny bit of fat trimmed off of it, not all of the fat, because fat is flavor, you want to leave the fat on there. But we've got some of it trimmed off, we've got our silver lining taken off, and now we're just going to rub it and wrap it with plastic and leave it set for a few hours before we actually put it in the smoker. So just give me a second. So now that this is all taken care of, got my rub here. Now I know that I've talked to you guys in the past about store-bought seasonings and rubs, but I do have some of my own. This is one that I have that is my own. And the only way, or the only thing that I use this on is pork. I use it on big Boston butts when I'm going to slow smoke them and chop them up for pulled pork, and I use them on ribs. That's the only thing I use this for. And it's my own recipe that I made up myself, and I will be sharing it with you guys if you're interested. So, and it's real simple. It's just take the seasoning and just like I said, sprinkle it, rub it on, rub it in, and that's it. And it's all spices and seasonings, a little bit of oregano, but it will mix with the natural juices of the meat, and it will marinate the meat. It will impart a lot of flavor. So there we go. Look at that. Alright, so after I do that, lay it on top of some plastic wrap, and then I just wrap it up, and then just leave it set. That's it. I'll just leave this set for a couple hours, and before we actually put it on, and we'll let the rub marinate it. So. All right, everyone, so you guys remember this morning, it was right early in the morning, and we went over getting this piece of meat ready. So it's been sitting all day, well, all day. It's been sitting for a few hours with the rub on it, and it's ready to go on the grill. I got my grills fired up. I got some fire going. I got some brand new grills and everything. So we're gonna get this on here. So we had it all wrapped up. Now look at how beautiful this looks with the rub on it. So, real simple, nothing fancy. We just lay it right in the middle, just like that. And then, if you guys remember from when we did the Thanksgiving special, I had the aluminum packs with the hickory chips in them. So same thing, aluminum packs with little hickory chips in them, and just lay it right on top. That's it. Give it some time. So what we're going to be doing with this is, this particular piece of meat, we've got the rub, but we're also going to do a mop, okay? So
we're gonna let it set and smoke and let the seasoning get set into it a little bit before we start putting this mop on. But what'll happen is, like, every probably 30 minutes, we'll come back and give it a mop. It's a vinegar based, and we're gonna get that recipe to you guys. And the mop will work with the rub to make a nice little crust, and it'll keep the meat moist. So yeah, we get that going and we'll be good to go here. So let's get this lid on and get everything started. All right, everybody, so we got this on here. We already talked about that. The one thing that I didn't talk to you about, though, I'd like to say something about, is the rub that I use. Now, I know I've talked about how there's a lot of seasonings that I use that are store-bought, but I've also said that I do have a couple that are my own personal. And this rub for the pork, I use this on ribs and I use this on pork butt for pulled pork. This is my own mixture. And I'm gonna say that this is a mixture, this is a seasoning mix that is not like most other people. Usually, most people will use sugar. I don't. There's no sugar in this, okay? And one of the reasons for that is I'm very interested in everybody that I serve, my family, my friends, getting what they like. And everybody's tastes are different. Some people don't like sweet. Some people would rather have like vinegary, sour, hot, heat. So I keep the sugar out of it and I let them pick their sweetness level or vinegar level in the sauces. I put out several sauces that they can choose from. A couple of the sauces are my own, a couple of the sauces are store-bought, but either way, that's the reason why I don't use sugar. All right, so I talked to you guys about how we're going to use a mop on this one, and we're ready to start using the mop. Look at all that smoke. Oh. So I wanted to get this thing smoked and going and get this get the spices and the seasoning set into it before we started mopping it. Just, you need to remember, this mop is a vinegar base, and you need to remember not to wipe it. You just want to dab it, because if you wipe it, then you're going to wipe the seasonings right off. You don't want to wipe them off. You want to just get it wet. That's it. Straight up and down like that. There. That's it. All you're doing is you're just keeping the meat moving. That's it. And this is, we're definitely going to be sharing this recipe with you also. If you're interested in trying the mops, we're going to be sharing that with you. Hey kids, so we're back and we're ready to do another mopping. Now, I'm not sure if I said anything to you, but the mopping thing, every 20 to 30 minutes, whatever you think, whatever you feel, like I say, this is your deal. This is your meat and your grill. So, 20 to 30 minutes is good, whatever you think. But basically, we are kind of on cruise control here, all right? We got this piece of meat going, so it's just every 20, 30 minutes, put a little mop to it, and just make sure that the charcoal stays going. Other than that, we're good to go. So we'll be back when we're done, all right? Ribs are ready to come off. So, yeah, look at that. Now the juice flowing out of them things, they're beautiful. I think these things are going to be perfect. So, there is one thing, people, restaurants and whatever, where they talk about taking their ribs and actually boiling them. And I'm sorry, but I don't believe in that at all.